Jai Sachidanand. I bow to pure soul within you, everybody. Jai Sachidanand. We'll take some question answer.
Yes, I'd like to know, can you read that one?
Who is Sri Simandhar Swami? In the picture says that he is currently alive.
Yes. Lord Simandhar Swami is alive in another place. Our space is a different place and Lord Simandhar Swami is another planet, another place. And it's a living God. Dada Bhagwan says, I reached to 356 degree, while Lord Simandhar Swami is 360 degree, full stage, absolute full stage, full knowledge. So we got knowledge from Dada and we reached to 300 degree of absolute knowledge up to 300 degree. So now when we practice 5 Agna, we'll increase our degrees. When we credited in our pure soul account, our degree will increase. And that up to, so in this era, in this time, Dada reached to 356. But 360 degree cannot finish in this earth. So when we finish all our files with equanimity, then our relation with this earth finish and we will have another birth near Lord Simandhar Swami, feet of Lord Simandhar Swami. When we worship Lord Simandhar Swami, when we took darshan of Simandhar Swami, we will get full stage, 360. And then when we finish all discharge karma, then nirvana take place, nirvana. And we will get ultimate salvation. So Lord Simandhar Swami is our next destination. By grace of Dada Bhagwan, we are getting this knowledge of self-realization. But we have got in belief, I am pure soul and Cecilia is separate. Now by practicing 5 Agnas, awareness will increase and we can go clear, full experience of pure soul in this life. But still, further step is remaining. Absolute knowledge, full absolute knowledge, 360 degrees. That we can achieve in presence of Lord Simandhar Swami. Next life. When we finish all karma and when our intention, our worship of Lord Simandhar Swami, that will pull in next life toward Lord Simandhar Swami. That is our goal. And from there we can get nirvana and ultimate moksha.
I would like to know how the spiritual science sees astrology and the influence of the planets in the human life.
That is mathematics. It is correct. But it is not governing human life. It gives result of human life. And it shows result of past karma only. But really that all this astrology and planets, but really how much ego is there? That inner એને શું કહેવાય ગ્રહો બધા અંદરના ગ્રહો નડે છે અહંકારના ગ્રહો આગ્રહ દુરાગ્રહ.
It is the inner insistence and inflexibility, rigidity, resistance of the ego, willfulness, etc. These are the real internal planets that cause a lot of disturbances in human life, not the external planets that are in our solar system.
They are એ છે નિમિત્ત છે અને એમની પ્રેઝન્સ છે અને એ આપણી જન્મ ટાઈમનું સિચ્યુએશન બતાડે કે અંદર આપણી કેવી કોઝિસ લઈને આવેલા છે એનું એ બતાડે છે આખું કે તમે આ જગ્યાએ ઊભા છો તમને આવા સફરિંગ આવશે પણ એ લોકો નથી આપતા આપણા જ કર્મ આપણને સફરિંગ આપે છે.
So this science of astrology is a result and an evidence which when is purely exact mathematics, but it shows the evidences that are the result of karma that is within a human being. In other words, they are just external evidences through which the astrologer can tell certain things about a human being if there is purity within the astrologer.
Understood? And further knowledge, Dada Bhagwan has mentioned that scientific circumstantial evidence, Vyavasya Shakti, is governing human life. Result of scientific circumstantial evidence. So beyond planet and everything.
I still have one question concerning this. Can we think of the individual planets and what we call their influence, specific kind of functions in human life as the some elements that are separate and that are reflecting, as you say, what happens inside the ego, the forces, or I don't know, the causes, the evidences that the ego is able to relate to?
Yes. It's related to ego. Higher the ego, more suffering by planets. Lower the ego, no suffering by planet.
So we can get a kind of
If you
loosen
you remain in a stage of pure soul, there will not be any disturbance of any planet.
They would stop influencing.
Because ego, see, nature, food of nature is to eat ego is a food of nature. So nature is always, if we are doing egoism, then nature will give punishment. You come without ego and go to your pure soul stage. If you remain in a stage of pure soul, then nature will not react with you. If you make little ego, I am superior than others, I am better than others, I can do something, I am doer, I am like that. If any type of ego comes due to wrong belief, then by reaction, nature will react on that ego and suffering will take place. Mm-hmm. So Dada Bhagwan has given one sentence, fault is of the sufferer. Because why ego is suffering? Because he is in a wrong place. If he come to right place, I am pure soul, then there will not be any suffering. So one change of place, I am not Cecilia, I am pure soul. Then second, I am not doer of relative, I am knower and seer of relative. Then third, I am not honor of this relative, no attachment, no hatred. I am knower and seer of relative. And possessiveness of relative also gives reaction. If you leave your possessiveness, no ownership on relativity, then nature will not give any suffering to you. If you remain in a stage of pure soul, that is ultimate goal of our life. You are pure soul and remain as a pure soul. And see everybody as a pure soul. All this relativity is due to ignorance and due to ignorance of pure soul only. So once we get realization of pure soul, then we have to keep that awareness. Slowly, slowly, due to ignorance, whatever we have made causes, that will give effect. But while effect, we have to keep awareness. Oh, I am not this, I am pure soul. I am not doer of this relative, I am knower and seer of this relative. This is, I want to solve this relative file with equanimity. Like that, these 5 agnas, they help to keep yourself as a pure soul stage. So that will help us. We can stop charging of new karma and we will finish all discharge karma.
Does the minerals have pure soul?
When it is a raw form, there is a soul inside. Raw form. Original raw form. When processed, then soul will come out. So one sense soul.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Just trees are also one sense soul.
Trees?
Trees,
One sense.
one sense. Very similarly, that raw form of mineral also one sense soul.
Crystals?
But when it is a raw form, original raw form from mountain or raw form, then there is a soul in that.
Water?
Water also soul, air also soul, that
Fire?
fire also soul, but one sense soul.
Okay. Thank you very much.
But we can use, no problem. 2 sense, 2 5 sense, 2, 3, 4 and 5. We should not hurt that living creature. But one sense, that fruit, food, everything you can use, no problem. Whatever you required, you use. Don't unnecessary waste.
Here in Brazil, people don't even want to speak about death. And I want to know how you see the death, and if we should prepare ourselves for the death, and how to prepare ourselves to when our beloved ones, our family, the people who we love in our life will leave the body. And he also thank you very much for all the wisdom that you shared. He's very happy to be here.
See, if you have wrong belief, then you are going to die, and fear and everything will be there because of wrong belief. But in ignorance also, so many people, they knows that body is temporary and soul is permanent. They have not experienced, still they believe. They think that body is going to die. I am not dying, I am soul. So they can have some strength, while death they can remain stable. But after Jnana Vidhi, we have right belief. I am not body, I am not name, Gileame, I am pure soul. And pure soul is immortal, is permanent, it is eternal, it's not going to die. So we have right belief, I am pure soul. Slowly, slowly we will keep awareness, oh body, Gileameo is separate, I am pure soul, this body is temporary, I am not temporary, I am permanent. And after practicing 5 Agna, so many people have experience of pure soul, and while death, they feel, I am not dying, this body, I am living, I am pure soul. So, inner bliss, inner happiness, it doesn't have any fear, no pain, no suffering at the time of death. We have seen so many people after Jnana Vidhi, so many people in their family, they also observed while death, they doesn't have any pain, no fear, no suffering. They can remain in a stage of pure soul. I am pure soul, and I want to go to Simandhar Swami, and I want ultimate salvation. I am permanent. That understanding, that awareness, that experience, they have remained at the time of death. So best, if our family member he takes Jnana, then definitely this result will come. No fear, no suffering at the time of death. Otherwise, we can pray for them. If they doesn't have Jnana, then we can pray for them, we can explain them, and we can have so many prayers for death. So that prayer will help him for stability. Understood?
I'm an energetic therapist, and when I'm attending my patients, sometimes some patients start to speak in another language, for example, in German or Spanish, and they don't know this language. What's the explanation for this?
That I don't know.
negative karma through the food we eat. Is there any relation between negative karma and eating animals and their byproducts?
So meat is different thing. If you eat meat, but we have to kill animals. We don't want to hurt anybody, any living creature, through our thoughts or speech or action. So we are killing one living creature. That is not helpful, and by that violence, and we are eating that food, that will gives covering on the soul. Spiritual grasping, spiritual understanding, that will reduce. So if we not eat any meat, or that will be helpful in progress of spiritual path. And the meat and eggs, wine, everything, if we are not taking only vegetarian food, then there is no such harmful for spiritual progress. We can eat, and milk is also, it is not animal product. It is like, but milk is also not harmful for spiritual progress. You understood?
Okay, thank you.
In the Ayurvedic medicine, it's said that we are what we eat. And the toxin of the heart is the sorrow. The toxin of the liver is the anger. The toxin from the kidney is fear. And the toxin from the lungs is sadness. Can the food influence our karma?
This shows result, but they are not showing causes. Really, due to ignorance, that anger, pride, deceit, greed get generated. Due to anger, we are charging karma. And the charge karma, that gives when effect, then this is correct. Toxins of heart gives pain or unhappiness. Like that is all correct. But before that, what happens, it is not mentioned. Really, due to anger, when we are eating food, so food doesn't have any toxins, but we have interest. We like, or sometimes it doesn't taste, is not okay, then we dislike that food. That like and dislike, hatred and attachment, that causes toxins, or that will charge some atom, and that gives pain to us. So really, food is not poisonous, but anger, pride, deceit, greed, we are taking food again and again due to greed, interested. We are not liking, so hatred and attachment, affection, or say greed, that charges such an atom that makes disease in our body. You understood? And after Jnana Vidhi, this effect, all this anger, pride, deceit, greed, that effect will come, but charge part now finished. So slowly our mind, this physical body, our speech automatically gets cured. Automatically. When we do Pratikamana, 9 kalam also making purity of atoms in this body. Understood?
Thank you. Is depression a karma or a chemical reaction? And by applying what we learned here, will depression go away?
Really, when ego gets suffering, and first ego get depressed, he has no solution what to do in this situation, and he get depressed by insult or some blame or some problem in worldly situation. Then ego gets depressed, then slowly chemical imbalance take place, and then mentally depression starts. And in past life also same thing happened. That will continue in this life. Then there is from birth or say from childhood, slowly that person get depression. And that is a chemical reaction. By taking some medicine, advice of doctor, they can help the patient. But ego is mainly that ego, when it gets positive result, he gets elevate, and when he gets negative result, he gets depressed. That is main cause of depression. So from somebody physically or they get mental disturbed physically, means from birth or childhood they get disturbed, that is different. And when ego gets disturbed and depression starts, that can be recovered. And that once it gets in mental stage, then that person has to take medicine and medical advice. Understood?
Okay. What about applying what we learned here? Would that help?
If person properly understand, I am pure soul, I am full of infinite energy, and whatever mind shows some negativity, then don't involve in that mind. Keep separation. And by grace of Dada, Bhagwan and Satsang and that awareness, he can come out from depression. But that depression is of ego's depression, due to confusion or some blame or some reaction, some negativity. But that mental depression, psychic patient, that has to take medical advice. Yes.
So, although I feel alma pura, Rosane has a problem. She is allergic to fruits and vegetables.
Only two things: fruit and vegetable.
Fruits and vegetables.
Grain, beans.
Everything. I eat only potatoes and meat.
Meat.
But you haven't tried that beans, grains, then like
Feijão.
potatoes, so many underground vegetable is available, carrot and so many things.
Então,
So
acho que eu não tô
today
curada.
I thought I was cured. So I tried chickpeas, vegetables, and I'm feeling sick now. So I am fructose allergic. So I can only eat meat and potato. Will I ever be a pure soul?
Can be pure soul, but it is not helpful. So you have to decide, I want to come out from this meat. And don't eat full dinner or lunch at a time, but little partially you start. And you can take advice from medical side, any doctor. You have to advise from doctor and decide, I want to come out from this eating meat. That is not helpful because we don't want to hurt. Otherwise, by reaction, we will get unhappiness. So if we kill some animal, then also we will get some reaction. So that's why first decide, I want to come out from this, and then slowly find out way. And one more thing, you can keep yourself separate, and Rosani can separate. Eater eats, you are non-eater as a pure soul. But every day, whenever you have to eat meat, then for 15 minutes you have to sit down and do pratikraman of that living creature. At least 15 minutes, 20 minutes. Oh, sorry for that. Please forgive me. I want to come out from this. This is my mistake. Very sorry. Let Rosanna should do pratikraman every day for 15-20 minutes. And slowly, if you decide, then where there is a will, there is a way. There must be some way. We'll find out. And if you eat potato, so many underground things are available. Sweet potato and carrot and so many things. Slowly improve food system, so body will adjust. But you can practice 5 Agna, so you can remain in a stage of pure soul. But experience of pure soul will obstruct by this eating of non-veg. Awareness and that also reduce, but by grace of Dada Bhagwan, belief has changed, but now we have to progress. For that we have to come out from this meat.
Thank you. If I hurt any kind of living being, animal, plant, whatever, will I create karma?
But who are you now?
Without any intention.
Who are you now? What you will say? What is your name?
Arlet.
Now really you are Arlet or really Soy Almapura? What you will say?
Sou alma pura.
So now, Arlet, whatever doing, you are not responsible for that. If Arlet hurts anybody, then we'll ask Arlet to do Pratikaman. That is enough. You are not going to bound any new karma. When you have awareness, I am pure soul, and whatever Arlet is doing is a result of scientific circumstantial evidence. This is file 1. I want to solve with equanimity. I am pure soul. That awareness is not good. Means no charging of new karma. You understood?